Is Pastor here. We are still on our conversation, emotional wellness. And so today we're going to talk about the three questions you should not answer. The three questions you shouldn't answer. All right, now what are those questions? Question number one: how do you measure your self worth? Don't answer that. Question number two: what makes you feel good about yourself? Don't answer that. Question number three: who makes you feel good about yourself? Don't answer that. All right, so get closer and let me talk about why you shouldn't answer these three questions. Number one: how do you measure your self worth? Read my lips. You do not measure your self worth. The intrinsic value of a human being cannot be measured. It is priceless, it is permanent, and it stays the same. Your worth as a human being is intrinsic. It's not based on your skin color, it's not based on your mental stability, it's not based on your performance, it's not based on people's opinion about you, it's not even based on how you feel. You are worth everything as a person, and so you don't measure it. Let me give you a classic example. How do you measure the value of $100 bill? You don't measure it. It's $100 bill from the day it comes in circulation to the day it goes out. If it drops in a trash can, it's still $100 bill. It doesn't matter whose wallet is in it. It doesn't matter whose hand is holding the money. It is still $100 bill, and that is the worth of a human being. And so nothing should determine your worth. Nothing. It doesn't matter. It's now what you can do or what you cannot do. Your worth as a person is intrinsic. And once you understand that, then you recognize that there is absolutely nothing that can devalue you. Do you understand that? So you are not valuable because you have a college degree. You're not valuable because you look pretty. It's not based on your accent. It's not based on your financial condition. It's not based on anything external. The value of a person is permanent every day. Hear me and hear me good. But there will never come a day and a time where your value as a person will reduce. That's how I put it. Your value doesn't increase with money or decrease with sickness. As a human, your intrinsic value is priceless, is permanent, and it stays the same throughout your life. From your birthday to your death date, your value as a person will never reduce. It doesn't matter your performance. It doesn't matter. Every external factor cannot reduce your value as a person. Let me go crazy and tell you this way. The value of a homeless person is the same as the value of Elon Musk. The human intrinsic worth doesn't reduce with time. It doesn't reduce with age. It doesn't reduce with degree. Understanding that your intrinsic worth as a person is permanent is what we call mental and emotional seatbelt. You are not a better person when you achieve a goal. You're not a better person when you complete a project. You're not a better person when you finish college. You're not a better person when you get married. You're not a better person when you become a CEO. You are actually a better person. That is why you became a CEO. So you are a human being, not a human doing. In other words, you being alive is your value. Whether you fail at a task or you don't fail at a task, that is not how you measure your worth. So your worth cannot be measured. It is permanent, it is priced, and it is priceless. Does it make sense? Right. Here's how we demonstrate it at the Gifted Center. We set up 3 groups of people, and then we ask you to pretend you are walking in front of these 3 people. So the first person is talking about how awesome, how great you are, how powerful you are. The second one is talking about how awful you are, describing your mistakes, describing all the things you've done wrong. And the third person is ignoring you as if you're not in the room. If you know your worth, you understand that walking in front of these 3 people should not change who you are. You are not, your value is not based on elections. Your value is not based on popular opinion. Question number 2, what makes you feel good about yourself? The reason you don't answer the question is that nothing makes you feel good about yourself. You are good about yourself regardless of what you have or what you do not have. Anytime you don't feel good about yourself, it means some intruder has entered into your mental faculty. So you have to get rid of that intruder. It can be an inferiority thinking. It can be a sense of guilt. It can be a sense of shame. You get rid of those things so you don't actually add anything to your life to feel good about yourself. You are good. Do you understand? So anytime you don't feel good, understand that some intruder, which I call a life virus, has entered into your psyche, and you get rid of it. You don't go get anything to add to yourself to feel good about yourself, because you at your default state, you are good. You understand that? And so there's a trap set with that question. As soon as you say what makes you feel good about yourself, you are getting to performance trap. It means that I have to get something out there to make me feel good. Not at all. I am good. So anytime I don't feel good, it means there is an intruder. There is a thought. There's a lie. So basically, in your psyche, in your mental health, in your emotional health, it is controlled by a lie and the truth. When you buy into a lie, you won't feel good about yourself. When you buy into truth, you are free. That's why it says free. Truth sets you free. So the truth is, you don't need to add anything to your life to feel good about yourself. You are good without anything external added to you. So when you are reaching out to get something to make you feel good, then you fall into a performance trap, which is trying to use an external activity to satisfy an inner lie. So these are the lies that life will tell you. You are inferior. You are not attractive. You are a loser. These are lies. Your intrinsic worth makes these truths relevant, that you as a person, your value is not based on a credit report. Your value is not based on a divorce paper. Your value is not based on people's comment about you. Your value is not based on your own performance in life. You are not a human doing. Once again, you're a human being. Your worth is permanent, is intrinsic. It stays the same on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on another Monday. So for the rest of your life, your value as a person will stay the same. So you feel good about yourself because that is the default state you are in. Anytime you have to drink, anytime you have to do something external to feel good, it means you are living with a lie that you are not okay. But the reality is, you are okay. You don't need anything in your life to be okay. Question number 3. The reason you don't answer that question, who makes you feel good about yourself, primarily is because you are complete. Nobody should make you feel good about yourself. If you try to answer that question, you get into what we call approval addict. An approval addict is a person who uses relationship to make up for an emptiness on the inside. And as soon as you become an approval addict, you value people's opinion above your well-being. You value people's approval of you above your own wellness. And so don't fall in the trap. Nobody should make you feel good about yourself, because again, you are good. So when you answer question number 2, you fall into a trap called approval addict. Let me talk a little bit about approval addict. So the approval addict is an individual who is addicted to the approval of men. You need so much like that you will dislike yourself to receive likes from others. You need so much approval that you will change your stance just to approve the people in the room. In other words, you don't have a healthy need for people. People are good. I teach it. People are your emotional home. But your value is not in the mouth of anybody. You don't need anybody approval to be complete. Nobody completes you. Everybody compliments you. People are your resource, not your source. So understand that to avoid approval addict, know therefore that you are complete. You don't need a relationship to be complete. You need a relationship to complement you. So let's talk about some few things about approval addict. So the approval addict is, the word is addiction. That means that they depend on that thing they are addicted to feel happy, even though that very same thing is causing them harm. All right, so I have a few questions we think about, and if you are dealing with approval addict syndrome, we will know. Are you a kind of a person who will say yes even though you wanted to say no? Are you a kind of person that you seek other people's opinion before you make a decision? Are you a kind of person that you keep your comments to yourself even when you don't like what is happening? Are you a kind of person who cannot confront people when they do something wrong. If you are dealing with those kind of issues, it means you are suffering from approval addict syndrome. And in this Facebook, Instagram, social media world, people crave for that. You are not beautiful because you got 400 likes. You are beautiful before you even took the picture. Do you understand that? So I hope that you will not be a victim of approval addict, because it's a dangerous path to go on. So free yourself from the need for other people to like you before you like yourself. When you become approval addict, it means you have given your price tag machine to somebody else to determine your value. Do you understand that? So here are a few things I want to talk about. If you're an approval addict, you are going to fear rejection, right? You're going to fear a lot of rejection because you want the approval to be happy. You want other people's approval. Now here is how I define approval addict really. An approval addict is a person who has conditioned themselves to give their happiness to other people. You understand? To give the control of their happiness to other people. Approval addict is a person who has conditioned themselves to need the approval of others before they can be happy. You understand that? So you're going to fear rejection. Other symptoms of approval addict is this. Apart from the fact that you fear rejection, you're also going to be a very controlling person, because you will need people to stick around before you can be okay. And another thing is that you're going to be angry all the time, and you're also going to be avoiding people because you can't control people, so you rather avoid them. And so free yourself from approval addict. Your value, your worth, your joy is all self-contained within. People do not complete you, they complement you.